Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome back. Oh, I said that all the way types are wrong. But hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. This is your girl T, and today we're going to be talking about why I don't have friends. So just keep watching. Alright? Thank you. So about almost earlier this year, okay, yeah, it was definitely earlier this year. I had a fallout with my best friend, or my ex-best friend, and it was just over something so small, but at the same time it was kind of big because when people say friendship, or when people think of friendship nowadays, it's not exactly my idea of what a friendship should be or what it is. People nowadays, they want to have friends just to, go out together, take trips together, go shopping together, talk about boys together. You get the point. And to show social media like, oh yeah, this is my bestie. I don't believe in all that rubbish, to be quite honest. So with me, being a friend, it's more of what do I have to offer you and what do you have to offer me? Not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. And if you're just being my friend in the physical and you can't be my friend in the mental and emotional aspect, then you're really not my friend, to be honest. You're really just an acquaintance. Yeah, I'm sorry, but not sorry. So with my past friendships, I kind of saw myself, giving physically and mentally, and just I was just giving and they were just taking and taking and taking. Like they really just sucked the freaking friendship out of me, basically. And I never got that in return. So they couldn't offer me what I wanted, as in, mental stimulation or emotional stimulation. Like they couldn't give it to me. Maybe because we were on different levels, or different levels mentally, not physically. That's what I'm talking about. But we thought differently, or we just never really meshed like that. So I mean, it happens. You become friends with someone because of physical appearance or outward appearance. Like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Like, yes, B. Them little Instagram comments that y'all be friends with. Social friends. That's what it is. Social friends. The Instagram friends that will be commenting on your posts daily. Like, oh my God, yes, B, you popping. Ah, yes, girl, you cute. Oh my God. Slay, mama, slay, slay. Yeah. That's kind of like what I would say I feel like I had in a physical type thing. Like the friends that I used to have, it was more of that, and there was nothing more. It wasn't, how do I say this? Like it just wasn't deep enough for me. And with friendship, I feel like people don't value what friendship is nowadays anymore. And like I said, they just want the surface level friendship, which isn't good enough for me. I want something more than just surface level friendship. So I my best friend, my ex-best friend, and I, we had a fallout. And like I said, it was over something so small, and then it ended up being big. And my major issue as a friend you should have is your friend should always support you no matter what. Anything that you're doing, your friend should support you. And the number one thing, you should never have to ask your friend to support you. Ever. Ever. It should be second nature to them. That's how you know if she's your real friend or not, or if he's your real friend or not. Because as a friend, once you get to that friendship level and then you guys have known each other for so long, you guys are no longer technically friends. You're more of family now because you guys do everything together. You tell each other every single thing. And then, for example, you have your own business and your friend isn't supporting you like she should. Isn't that an issue? Isn't that an issue? I think that's an issue. That's a big issue, actually. It's huge. I should never have to ask my friend to post my business or my work online on her page. I should never have to ask. That should never, never happen. She should know, oh, Tess is doing this. This is what Tess is passionate about, or this is what Jessica's passionate about. And because that's her passion, and because we are now not just friends, we're family, I have now, adopted that passion that she has. Her passion is my passion. This is my view of friendship, by the way. So, her passion is my passion. And because her passion is my passion, it's now my business as well. And in order for me to support her in any way I can, maybe little, maybe big, she shouldn't have to ask. Because this is my passion as well. Because she's my friend. Or she's my sister. So, when you're asking, like, I don't understand the concept of asking your friend to post something for you on either Snapchat or Instagram. Like, are you mad, fam? Are you mad? Are you really serious? The fact that I have to ask you to post something that I am wholeheartedly interested, I'm putting my all into it. Like, this is my baby, and I have to ask you to support me. Does that even sound right? That don't even sound right, to be honest. It don't. Are we friends? Are we really friends? Like, ask yourself, is she really my friend? No. You should never have to ask your friend to support you. They should do it second nature. It will be as if they're brushing their teeth. It should be like you eating food. You have to eat to survive. So, you see that your friend's business is her livelihood, or this is her passion, this is what she likes to do. And because you guys are not friends, you have now adopted her passion, and you're supporting her without her having to ask you to support her. Like, I don't know how plainly I could say this. Like, just period. I should not have to ask you to support me as a friend. If I have to ask you to support me, then you're no longer a friend. You are now an acquaintance. And basically, I'm asking you like I'm asking Instagram. Like, hey, y'all, go support me. Go like this last picture, da-da-da. Because obviously, you don't see interest in what I have interest in. So basically, I should never have to ask you to support me. And if I'm asking you to support me, baby girl, just know that I've dropped you to an acquaintance. And yeah, I'm not looking for no surface level friendship. I cannot deal. I need something more in depth. My parents will always say, Taz, people are seasonal. People are seasonal. People are really seasonal. You have seasonal friends. Open your ears, because I'm not going to repeat this again. You have seasonal friends. You have seasonal relationships. You have seasonal boyfriends, seasonal girlfriends, seasonal jobs. Seasonal friends come as well. But the one friend that you do want is a long-lasting friend. Someone that's not seasonal, but the person's all year round, aka also known as weathering friends. The people that are only your friends when you're doing good, but then as soon as the storm hits, this is what they do out of your life. They literally peace out of your life. They're no longer texting you, calling you. They're not checking up on you or how you're doing. And they'll be, listen, this is the mad part about it. They'll see your post on Snapchat too, and they will watch it. They will watch it. They'll be the first one to watch it. But they won't text you or like, oh, how are you doing? Like, I hope you're good. They don't even want to check up on you. But as soon as you get back on your feet, they're gonna be like, oh, hey girl, what you doing? Oh yeah, you trying to grab lunch? No, you're canceled. You're freaking canceled because you are a seasonal friend. You're a wedding friend. And that's one thing you really want to avoid from people. And that's one thing that I've personally learned, that people come and go, and some people are meant to stay in your life. So the people that come and go, they're just there to teach you a lesson, and that's it. As soon as that lesson has been learned, God removes them out of your life, and then God brings in a new person that maybe will be a permanent friend or another seasonal friend. So one thing I always ask is, from God, is that, God, please lead me and guide me in the way you want me to go, and with the people, and please surround me with the people that will impact my life in a positive way. And that was one thing I definitely asked God in the beginning of this year for, like, God, please just remove all negative or any hindrance that would try to stop my destiny, stop my life, anything that would try to hold me back and set me back from accomplishing my goal. And I didn't think it was going to be the people closest to me that God was going to remove. It didn't dawn on me until later on in the year that I was wondering, like, why is this happening? Like, we're literally fighting over something so small, but it's turned into a big massacre. And it should have never been like that if that was the person God planned to be a long-lasting friend for me. So it was definitely a life lesson for me, and how, I should be more wise and be more, have a discerning spirit when it comes to picking friends and things like that, or choosing the people I let around me and around my energy. So another thing I wanted to talk about is, protecting your space. I'm definitely a big advocate for, protecting your space. Protecting your space meaning, as soon as someone comes into your space with something that's negative, and you know that it will affect you in a negative way, you immediately block that person. Like, you cancel them out of your life. How else do I explain this? You literally tell the person, no, you're not wanted. I need you to go. So I didn't learn this until obviously later. So obviously, like, about 3 years ago, I was young. I didn't make the best decisions in life. And I had these group of friends that, I thought were my friends. I thought we were going to be best friends for life, and, have our weddings together, be bridesmaids and maid of honors for each other. And our kids are going to play in a freaking white picket fence with each other, with our little dogs, and going to Louis Vuitton store and just buying Louis Vuitton bags. But no, God obviously had a different plan for me. So at that point in my life, I didn't know these friends weren't a good influence on me. I simply just, I enjoyed the company, and that was it. And they made me happy. At least I thought I was happy back then. So fast forward later on, 3 years ago, okay, and some things happened in my life. We'll talk about it later. I'll definitely give a life testimony later, but that's not for this video. But some things happened in my life that obviously opened my eyes as to who I was becoming and who I wanted to be. And the person I was becoming and the person I wanted to be did not match at all. In fact, they were facing completely different directions. I was becoming a person that I no longer recognize as me. and I was far from becoming the person I wanted to be. And it was simply because of the people I surrounded myself with. So the friends I surrounded myself with, things that I wouldn't usually do, I started to do them because my friends were doing them. And I guess I wanted to be cool, or I guess I wanted to be, I wanted to have something to talk about with them, or have a, how people would say common ground with them. And I felt like if I did these things, then we would all have a common ground and we could all just about it. But no, different strokes for different folks. Exactly. So not everything that people are doing you need to do. I learned that the hard way. So the person I was becoming and the person I wanted to be no longer matched, and I found myself in the complete spiral. I hope I don't cry in this video, but I found myself in a complete spiral, and I didn't know exactly what was going on in my life. I no longer had control in my life, and I no longer had control in my life, and I was just far, 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 far away from God, and I couldn't recognize myself anymore. So later on, when I decided to, remove myself from those people, give me a second, guys. So when I decided to remove myself away from those people was when my life changed around for the better. I was no longer, doing those activities that those people were doing anymore, and I kind of became the me before the bad me. Basically, I was back to my original self, and I wasn't as happy, but I was getting there, and it was tough. It was really tough for me to, let go of my old friends, because, they were my friends at that point. I didn't want to hurt them, and I didn't want to, just leave them like that without giving them any explanation. But things had to happen the way they happened, because it was better for me. So, I eventually stopped being their friends, and everyone went their separate ways. And after that, another thing happened. Obviously, like, the devil really been trying me all my life. Like, to be honest, he's still trying to try me, but I know God is gonna make a way. But side note, but still, back to the story. So after that, another thing happened, and it's like I would come up and then I would stumble, and I'll come up and then I'll stumble again. So it was a constant roller coaster in my life where, I was doing good, but then I go back to doing the things that I'm not supposed to. So it's like I'm repenting, I'm sinning, I'm repenting, I'm sinning, I'm repenting, I'm sinning. And I was wondering, like, what the hell is going on? Like, why is this happening to me? Of all people, why is this happening to me? Me, of all freaking people, why does this have to happen to me? And I realized that, there was a common denominator. It was no longer me, but it was the people I was surrounding myself with. Once again, like I said, I left my old group of friends. I found new ones, and I thought they were good, but I guess not, because I fell and stumbled again. So I repented and I sinned. I repented and I sinned. So it was the common denominator. The common denominator was the people that I surrounded myself with, and they were dragging me down because they were doing things that God didn't have planned for me, and God didn't want me to dabble in. But I continued to dabble in, so because I continued to dabble in it, I continued to fall. And whenever I would rise up again, I will fall because I continued to dabble in that sin. So I eventually had a wake-up call, a rude awakening at that, and it wasn't nice. God has a funny way of, breaking people or breaking you down to the point where you start to wonder, is it even worth, continuing at this point? And at a point in my life, I really, really, really wasn't happy. I felt so alone, and I didn't really reach out to people. I didn't know exactly who I could talk to about how I felt about my life and things like that. So I secluded myself from the world, basically, and that's where God broke me down. I'm really hoping I don't cry, because it's not gonna be cute. But that's where God broke me down, and He dealt with me. Sorry. Oh, good. But God dealt with me in a way that you would think that is this God, although He loves us and although He wants the best for us, He also wants us to walk in His way and only His way. And I was no longer walking in His way. And I'm sorry. So, sorry guys. So I was no longer walking in the way God wanted me to walk. So that was my punishment. And it wasn't more, say, a punishment. It was more of God wanting me to do better. And He wanted me to be with Him in a way that I wasn't before. So, after all of that happened, I woke up. So after that, I definitely woke up, and I started to change a few things about me and the people that I obviously surrounded myself with. And this was the point that I realized I don't really need friends at this point in my life. I'm really just cool on my own. Later on, maybe I'll think about, developing friendships and things like that. But right now, it's more of I need to focus on me and where I want to be in life and how I'm going to get there with the help of, God, my family, and my loved ones, basically. And me mixing friends with my private life, it just doesn't go, or it doesn't work out for me as of now. Basically, just be very aware of the people you call friends, the people you surround yourself with. People's energy, they rub off on each other. So everyone has an influence in your life, whether you like it or not. And some people's influence are more, I would say, are more pronounced than others. With some people's influence, you could definitely see that you start to do things that you wouldn't usually do, maybe good or bad. So in the end, you decide what you want. Yes, they may choose you to be their friend, but you don't have to choose them back. And that's just the reality of life. If you see that what they're doing will not match up with the lifestyle you want to live or the lifestyle you have planned for yourself, you don't need to be their friend. Basically, what I'm saying and what this whole thing, this rant was supposed to be, and I ended up crying. But be aware of who you keep in your circle, who you surround yourself with, and who you choose to be your friend. There's people that will come in and out of your life to teach you a lesson, and that would just be it. And then there would be people in your life that would be there long term, that would continue to encourage you, mentor you, things like that. And honestly, that's the type of friendship I'm looking for. Not just a friendship, but also a mentor, someone that could help me grow as an individual and as a person, not just physically and mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in my Christian life, everything. So testimony no longer wants surface level friendships. They're kind of dead. And that's basically it. I'm going to end the video here. I kind of rambled a bit, but I hope you guys were able to, keep up with me. I'm sorry the organization was all over the place, but this was just coming from, a genuine spot. So if you don't like the video, I'm sorry, it just wasn't for you. You could go ahead and watch my other videos. And if you like the video, please let me know. I would like to know some feedback and just some stories. And if you would like to share your story with me, you could definitely email me. My email is down in the description box. And thank you for watching. And maybe I might have more videos like this. But that's it for now.